Elizabeth of France was born November 22nd, 1602, at the Château de Fontainebleau, to Henry IV of France and Marie de Medici. The early years were spent at the Château de Saint-Germain-en-Laye, a quiet place away from the Parisian court. When King Henry IV was assassinated outside the Palace du Louvre in Paris on May 14, 1610, her brother the Dauphin, with whom Elizabeth had a very close relationship, succeeded him to the throne as King Louis XIII of France, under the regency of their mother Marie de Medici. When Elizabeth was 10 years old in 1612, negotiations were begun for a double marriage between the royal families of France and Spain. Elizabeth would marry the Prince of Asturias, the future Philip IV of Spain, and her brother Louis, the Spanish Infanta Anne. After her proxy marriage to the Prince of Asturias and Louis's proxy marriage to the Infanta Anne, Elizabeth and her brother met their respective spouses for the first time on the 25th of November, 1615, on the Pheasant Island in the river of Bedocia that divides France and Spain between the French city of Hendaye and the Spanish city of Fuenterrabía. This was the last time Louis would see his sister. In Spain, Elizabeth's French name took on the Spanish form of Isabel. The religious ceremony took place in the St. Mary Cathedral in Bourges. At the time of her marriage, the 13-year-old Isabel became the new Princess of Asturias. This marriage followed a tradition of cementing military and political alliances between the Catholic powers of France and Spain with royal marriages. The tradition went back to 1559 with the marriage of King Philip II of Spain with the French Princess Elisabeth of Valois, the daughter of King Henry II of France. As part of the Peace of Chateau Cambrésis, the exchange of the princesses at the Spanish border was painted by Peter Paul Rubens as part of his Marie de Medici cycle. In 1621, by the time of the birth of the couple's first child, the couple had ascended to the throne of Spain upon the death of Philip III of Spain. The new Queen of Spain was aware that her husband had mistresses. Elizabeth herself was the subject of rumors about her relations with the noted poet Peralta, Juan de Tassis, second Count of Valladolid, who was her gentleman-in-waiting. On May 14, 1622, there was a great festival to celebrate Philip's 17th birthday. And one of the attractions was a temporary theater of canvas and wood erected in the island garden and beautifully adorned, in which was to be represented at night a comedy in verse written by the Count Juan and dedicated to the Queen. The comedy was called La Gloria de Niquia, and Elizabeth was to represent the part of the goddess of beauty. This is the part she played in the play. A fire broke out while the Peralta mask La Gloria de Niquia was being acted before the court. Peralta carried the Queen to a place of safety, which caused suspicion about their relationship to deepen. Peralta neglected a significant warning that his life was in peril, and he was murdered as he stepped out of his coach. The responsibility for his death was divided between Philip IV and Oliviers, at the time Prime Minister and King's favorite. Elizabeth's last child, Infanta Maria Theresa of Spain, would later become Queen of France as a wife of her nephew, the future Louis XIV. Unlike her husband and sister-in-law, she would not see the wedding that cemented the peace between her homeland and adopted country, Spain. The countries would be at war until 1660. Elizabeth was renowned for her beauty, intelligence, and noble personality, which made her very popular with the Spanish people. She was regent of Spain during the Catelyn Revolt and supported the Duke of Nocheria against the Count Duke of Oliviers in favor of an honorable withdrawal from the Catelyn Revolt. The Queen Consort of Spain died in Madrid on October 6, 1644, at the age of 41, leaving two small children, Balthasar Charles and Maria Theresa. After her death, her husband married his niece, Mariana of Austria. One of the great-grandsons, Philip, Duke of Anjou, became King Philip V of Spain, and through him, Elizabeth is an ancestor of the present King of Spain, Philip